Our adventure begins on an early weekend morning, 6 a.m. to be exact. The truck is packed up and ready to hit the trails for a day of exploring with another fellow outdoor enthusiast and Pacific Northwest resident, Charles. His rig is a beautifully outfitted Jeep Gladiator with all the necessary gear for adventure. We had a plan to travel on the east side of the Olympic Peninsula along the Hood Canal, as Charles knew this area well and I've only scratched the surface on the possibilities that lie here. It wasn't long until we finally left the pavement for the rough roads of the trail. To help soften out the ride and increase our traction, airing down the tires was now in order. So on the last couple trips, I've been trying out these Boulder Tools auto tire deflators, and basically you just take the cap off the stem and put these guys on, and it releases the air by just depressing the valve in it. So it's nice in a fashion as compared to other ones where you actually remove the valve stem for a rapid air release. At least with these you can just put them on and set and go. I want to like them, I really do. I want to like them, but when I bought these, they've been finicky for me. Of the four that came with it, only 3 really truly work. One just releases air until there's practically nothing left in the tire, so I don't know if I just may have gotten a faulty one or not. Other times they'll just not set the tire pressure to what I put the actual device to. So essentially, if you can see, there's a ring on here, and as you go up or down on it, you can move this along the threading here, higher or lower, and basically that's the pressure that it would automatically stop at. In theory, it works pretty good. Maybe it's just me, but I'm still going to give them a try here to see how they work out. But as far as just doing all 4 tires theoretically at once, it is nice for a time saver, so we'll see how these do today. Well, it's not perfect, but it's not horrible. So just as an example, this is where those got me for using the auto deflators. Not the end of the world being off that much. My OCD is probably going to kill me, but for the most part, we're looking okay. After dropping elevation and leaving the snow, we soon came across a new obstacle on the trail. The Pacific Northwest holds its name for a reason. Constant rain has caused the ground to become saturated, resulting in trees such as this one to give way when on a steep slope. Our path forward was not critical for the day's trip, but Charles knew of a great campsite opportunity with an incredible view just around the bend. So we got out the tools and hoped to make quick work of it. With what felt was a strong game plan, soon came to a quick halt when the chainsaw blade ended up becoming stuck in a tree about halfway through the cut. An error that could happen to anyone. Unfortunately, neither of us had wedges on hand, a small tool that has many helpful uses, including retrieving a chainsaw in situations such as this. So we grabbed the recovery gear and opted to use the winch in hopes to finish our work and retrieve the chainsaw. Due to the sheer size and weight of the tree, we opted for a double line pull utilizing a snatch block. In essence, this will almost double the winch's strength and what can be safely pulled. The reason being is the winch now has 2 points of contact to the vehicle and is pulling at half the normal distance. Our initial attempt resulted in only moving the base of the tree where it contacted the road's edge. We opted to then relocate the strap to a higher position in an effort to gain a new angle of leverage.
There it is.
While the second attempt got us a little further towards the goal, it came at a cost. The tree had slightly moved down the hill, resulting in the chainsaw now making contact with the ground and bending the blade itself. At this point, we decided to simply remove the blade to prevent any potential damage to the main unit. At this point, it was personal, and we did not want to give up. So we grabbed an axe not meant for cutting trees of this size and got to work. With manually chopping halfway through the tree, we were fairly worn out. Well, maybe only Charles, being he did 95% of the work. But hey, I encouraged and supported from afar. In all seriousness, the hands were beginning to blister, so we tried for the winch one last time and hope our efforts would simply snap the tree at the weak point. As much as we didn't want to admit defeat, we ultimately had to. The day was beginning to grow late, and we still had one more item on the agenda. So we packed up our gear and began to head back to the main trail. Though we left feeling somewhat good, knowing we were able to at least recover the chainsaw blade and gave the next person a huge head start. It was from this incredible viewpoint that Charles and I had to say our goodbyes and part ways, for he had prior obligations the following day. However, I was planning on an overnight stay and figured this location would be well suited for the night. So a huge thank you to Charles for showing me around on some trails and discovering some campsites along the east side of the Olympic Peninsula, along the Hood Canal. We actually ended the day at this particular spot that he knew of and showcased to me. And I think I'm going to call this one home for the evening for camping. This is right along the Hood Canal and just has an amazing view that just spans this entire side all the way around. And it's just absolutely incredible. We got a beautiful sunset happening down the way there, and hopefully come tomorrow morning we'll have an incredible sunrise as well. But my goodness, what a way to wrap up the evening. Truly, truly amazing. So I think for now I'm gonna get some dinner going and get the fire started. It is a little bit cold up here. You kind of are exposed to the elements. Luckily there's no heavy wind or anything like that, so I think I'm in for a calm night, but still a little chilly nonetheless. Alright guys, so for this evening we're going super fancy. It's called killing leftovers. But for dinner tonight I have some homemade chicken fingers made by Mom, which when I was over at her place last, she made us a meal, Karina and I, and we had some leftovers and she knew I had a camping trip upcoming, so boom, there you go, chicken fingers for dinner tonight as leftovers. Super good, by the way. And because it's super cold, and I knew it would be, I brought the trusty Campbell's Chunky. We got grilled chicken and sausage gumbo for this evening's meal of choice. But it may not sound super fancy, but how many meals can be enjoyed with a view like that? So that's really the highlight of the trip. That, along with keeping warm with the fireplace, pretty much will be the cap of the day. So let's get everything heated up here and get enjoying. From sleeping in the back seat of the truck, I woke to the beautiful colors of the rising sun. I had to gather the bravery to leave the warmth of the sleeping bag, knowing this would be an incredible morning to witness. Alright guys, thank you so much for your support. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this episode. It was truly amazing to get out here. Charles, thank you so much for showing the area as well as some potential campsite opportunities. There's simply so much to explore over here. No matter what trail or what direction you're going, you're bound to run into something, and that's the beauty of just getting out and exploring. So sincerely appreciate you showing me the way. Definitely looking forward to getting back out here for some future trips. But with that, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day and or weekend whenever you're watching this. And until next time, safe travels.